Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I am Dr. Jacinta Mpali Nkanamori. This is day 9 of the denunciation method using mirror work. And this is an annual program intended to help you release and let go of all programming, negative programming, and other issues that you have embedded in your subconscious mind and all your systems that did not serve you. Now, before I get started with the session, I implore you to please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification button so that you can be the first, the notification bell, so that you can be the first to receive notifications every time I upload videos related to personal development, counseling, spiritual counseling, spiritual welfare, prayer, EFT, Ho'oponopono, and all the other golden goodies. I call them golden goodies that I believe will improve your life. All right, so today we are going to denounce loss. Like I said, this is a denunciation using the mirror method. So I implore you to get a mirror and make sure that you won't be disturbed for the next 10 minutes. Look directly in the mirror, contain the stare, and make sure that you keep your eyes open looking at yourself in the mirror for all the time that we are affirming. Repeat the words as I say them. Open your heart and feel every word in your heart. Generate the emotions required for each statement that I make. Connect to yourself. Use the power of your words to change your life. Now let's get started. I'm going to explain a little bit about what we're going to let go. Excuse me. Now, the idea of loss, when you perceive, when you believe, when you come to a conclusion that you lost something, that very definition, that very conclusion that you lost something is the beginning problem, is the initial problem, because whatever you perceive something to be is what it becomes. In actuality, there is nothing like loss. I mean, look at it this way. Let's imagine that maybe you lost a car. Maybe your car was totaled in an accident, and now you concluded that you lost a car. The fact is the car was totaled in an accident, full stop. You don't have to define it. You don't have to relate to it. You don't have to come up with more definitions to extend the already existent problem of your car being totaled. The idea is to perceive it, actually not perceive it, to see it as it is. My car got totaled, full stop. Deny it your definitions. Just take it as it is. That will give your emotional bank the space to come up with new tools, strategies, and tips, plans to replace the car. Because when you perceive it as a loss, that is going to generate negative emotions. So the perception itself, how you learn to perceive things as if you lost them, is the first problem. So during this session, we are going to denounce our perception, the root causes that upon which we perceive things as losses. Now let's go even to relationships. Let's imagine maybe you got divorced or you broke up with your partner. We have a tendency of saying that, oh, I lost my partner, I lost my husband. No, you did not lose anything. You did not lose your partner. What happened is that you wanted different things, or things didn't work out, or you were ready for something better, something new. So the more you perceive things and you conclude things in a certain way, whatever way you conclude those things is another mounting, another layer that adds up to these things. And the thing about it is that whatever you perceive generates negative emotions. So whatever you define something to be, if it's negative, it's going to generate a negative emotion. It's going to trigger a negative emotion. So every time you say, oh man, I lost something, by all means you're going to feel sad. So to avoid the generation, the triggering of these emotions, avoid perceiving and defining things as loss. So in this session, we are going to release and let go of the programming, the root causes upon which we define things or situations as loss. That way we'll get to start perceiving things as they are, looking at things as they are. My husband walked out on me, full stop. My boyfriend cheated on me, or my boyfriend found somebody else, or slept with somebody else. My girlfriend slept with her boss. Okay, leave it at that. Do not relate to it. Avoid creating relationships with the things that happen in in your world. The moment you define something, you perceive it, you digest it, and then it's incorporated in your system. It's like a program, just like a computer. The computer is going to operate according to the programs that are instilled in the computer. So the less you perceive and define things, the lighter you will become, the freer you will become, the more you will go through the flow of life without really attaching to anything, but open to everything. All right, I just wanted to define that a little, so that when we say loss, we are encompassing, we are marrying all the things to. When I say loss, when I repeat loss, I'm incorporating all these other issues, the perceptions and the root causes upon which you perceive things, situations, and events as loss. All right, so let's go for this. Are you ready? I'm sure you are. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Repeat after me. Look in the mirror. I call upon the Spirit of God. I call upon the healing power of God. I call upon the loving power of God. I call upon the soothing power of God. I call upon the renewing power of God. I invoke the Holy Spirit. Please anoint me with your oil, and let this oil empower my words and transform them into powerful creative instruments. I call upon all my guardian angels and my birth angels, plus all your healing teams. Come and join hands with me, join forces with me to denounce loss and the root causes, the physical manifestations and energetic representations of this loss. I now denounce all loss, its physical manifestations, energetic representations, and all its root causes that could be logged in all my chakras. I release and let go of this idea and programming that I can lose things. I release and let go of all this programming and negative manifestations of the belief that I lose things. I release all my chakras from this loss mentality and its physical manifestations and energetic representations. Using the power of the Holy Spirit, I anoint all my chakras and dissolve that programming of loss from all my chakras. And with every breath I breathe out, I release this loss mentality. I let go of this loss programming. And as it leaves all my chakras, it's transmuted into love and light. I release this loss and its physical representations and energetic manifestations. I release it from all my systems. I release it from my energetic body. Denounce its existence from my spiritual body. Denounce its existence from my physical body. Denounce its existence from my emotional body. And denounce its existence from my etheric body. I denounce my attachment to this loss from all my systems. I denounce my resonance to this loss, with this loss, from every inch of my beingness. I denounce the existence of this loss my definitions related to loss, the relationships I have with loss, the codes and contracts that could be logged in all my bloodlines. I denounce my attachment to this loss energy from my mother's and father's side. I resolve my attachment to loss. I denounce my relationships to this loss. I denounce all codes and contracts to this loss, with this loss. I denounce its existence from every inch of my beingness. I denounce the existence of loss in my consciousness. I release it. Let it go from every inch of my beingness. I denounce its existence from my spirit. I release it from my name, from my family roots. I denounce its powers. I denounce its my grip on it. I resolve it, dissolve my attachment to it, and release it from my beingness. And as it leaves my body, spirit, and mind, it's transmuted into love and light. Now I want to say thank you to all the healing team that has been present. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Spirit of God within me. And thank you, all my angels. And I seal this process with divine love and wisdom. Okay, so very briefly, and we are done. We are done. When we release this loss from our system, when we denounce its existence and its power, what we are also doing is dissolving that programming within us that seeks for situations that we can define as loss. A program is how things operate. Things operate according to the programs instilled in them. So once we release this programming, then we shall stop perceiving or being introduced to things or attracting situations that we could perceive as loss, and that saves us a lot of trouble. And as a matter of fact, when you release that programming of loss, then you are on your way of achieving emotional freedom. All right, we are done. Again, thank you so much for clicking on my video, and come back tomorrow for day 10 in the interim. Happy holidays, and I'm sending you abundant love from my heart to yours. Peace and blessings.